with us from Camping World Stadium in Orlando, Florida. The finishing touches on a long season and a great matchup we have for you in the Cheez-It Bowl. It's the Clemson Tigers and the Kentucky Wildcats. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe, some interesting storylines setting up in this one.
Kentucky got one of the bright young stars in the college football universe. Will Stein has done a fantastic job for the last several years as the Oregon offensive coordinator. Now, an opportunity to run his own program in the SEC. We'll see if Will Stein can get the Kentucky Wildcats back on top as contenders in the South. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. So Clemson's offense will get the football first. We get a look at the guy the quarterback will be looking for, TJ Moore. This is the guy the entire passing game is built around. He is a big play waiting to happen.
And man, this guy is fun to watch. You do not want to take a bathroom break. Sit in your seat when this offense has the ball, because at any point in time, this receiver can make the unbelievable highlight catch, David. His catch radius is as good as there is in all of college football. He has an unbelievable ability to just reel it in, and we just expect it to happen today.
It's just a knack, and it's almost like every weekend you're going through social media, like, where's the clip, right? Like, because he just makes these clips that most humans don't make, whether it's one hand, whether it's two hand, whether he's guarded or not. Like, he just has this unbelievable knack of playmaking, and we will see it today at some point in the ballgame. And, man, that's not a surprise that they come to their go-to guy early. This is an offense that's so much fun to watch, and it's because they know who they are. They know how to get the ball to their playmakers. And on the first drive, Palmer, get your guy a touch, get him involved. You know, receivers got some feelings, Jesse. I love that they're getting him lathered up and a touch early in this football game.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys who feels like he's open every single play, so it is a good idea to get him going early. For the defense, that's a bit of a jab in the face right there, because you came into this game, you know who's going to get the ball. You know where they're throwing it, and you've got to do a better job now disguising your coverages to try and limit him and take him away as much as possible.
Clemson ready to go back to work with another first down. Wants to throw it again. Fires to the middle. Over the middle, complete to Wesco. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
Well, everybody knew this guy was going to get his touches coming into this game, considering he's one of the better receivers in the country. And to start it off, the offense was actually looking the other way. They were looking for other guys to make big plays, but finally they got the opportunity. They were able to find some space to get their best receiver the football, and guys, that's not going to be the last time. Defense has done a nice job taking it away from them up to this point. The question, though, can they keep it up?
I think there's a couple schools of thought in how you run the football and how you throw the football. Like, some people say, I run the football to set up the throw, right? To get people aggressive. But this offense kind of took it the other direction, right? They came out throwing the football, now softened them up. Now let's see if they can start to get that ground game going.
To the air on second down. Caught. They will score. Touchdown, Tigers. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the score comes on a 12-yard touchdown pass. On the move from inside his 5. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. The Wildcats offense will come out to go on the attack for the first time. C.J. Baxter, he has become a key piece of this offense.
And you got to love this guy's speed. And to me, David, that's the one thing that really separates him from most other running backs in college football. There are so many guys at this level that can make you miss, and they can get in the second level, they can run through tackles, catch the ball, block, all that stuff. This guy, though, has home run breakaway speed. If he gets past your second level, he's out.
And you see defenses take angles on him, and he just outruns them. Like, he's just got that extra gear that's different, that scares you. You can tell people are trying to play so fast to try to catch up. So, number one job for this defense, man, try to make him play in the phone booth, right? Like, don't let him get out in space and get matchups like on a linebacker. Not a good matchup from you. You will lose that one.
And what a great job by the defense here. First down, second down, 2 straight runs. They stuffed both. And that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up third and long situations. And now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to get after the quarterback. They can mix up and disguise their coverages on the back end, hoping to create negative plays and takeaways.
Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They moved the chains. They marked it at the 29.
Usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. Then it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job of keeping that guy in the pocket.
Could be an alley. Makes it past the marker. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
This Kentucky offense doing work. They're set up with another first down. This time he wants to throw. Unloads to the right. Finds his man. It's Miller. Gets him down at the 30 after a 15-yard pickup. They are threatening, and they have a first down.
And, man, it's all eyes on this Will Stein offense. He comes back to Kentucky, man. He's an offensive savant. Spent his time, obviously, in Oregon. He's innovative. He's got a new guy at the trigger spot. Minchie, that was battling Carr a year ago at Notre Dame, Palmer. They were neck and neck. Minchie lost the battle. Now he comes to Kentucky with a rebuilt roster and a new lease on life.
Yeah, you got to dig to find film on Minchie during his time at Notre Dame, but when you do watch it, you absolutely can see the potential. He's a big guy with a live arm who can also run, and he's going to give this Kentucky offense, I think, a dynamic that they haven't had in a long time with his mobility and playmaking, running the football as well. So I can't wait to see the marriage between Stein and Minchie here and what it means for this Wildcats offense.
And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the second. Back to pass. Got it in the middle. It's Anderson. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Following the completion, we get a stoppage to check out the injured player. That is their senior starting wide receiver who the training staff is looking at, and Holly Rowe will get us up to date on his condition. The Wildcats, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Looking to throw on first down. Hard running there. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
What a nice answer by this defense. You give up the big play, you respond right back. You get the sack, create some momentum for your side. Nice job by this defense staying with it.
That last play, the kind of thing that can mess up a really good drive. It's 2nd and 17. Looking to fire. Fires downfield. Touchdown, Wildcats! A great catch and run for 6. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
Extra point here will tie the game. And they tacked on the extra point. Here's the return from inside his 10. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he's stopped right there. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. Looking downfield on first down. Finds his big tight end. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain.
I think the defense just lost track of where the tight end was. He was running his route to the outside. Nobody there. I think the DBs got occupied by some clear-out routes, so the offense will take it and keep the drive alive.
After the 4-yard completion on first down, now it's 2nd and 6. Pressure coming. Looking down the middle. That's caught. It's Moore. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46. Clemson has just been prolific at the receiver position. More scheme or more talent? I'd argue it's both, David.
Yeah, I argue more talent over the years, just dudes on the outside that win. And you know what? I think Clemson, as much as anybody in the country, has always featured those guys. And you want to play one-on-one with those guys, or you want to give them a cushion, like they'll throw it right now. And they've always believed in those guys out wide. And you know what? They usually come through for them.
Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
And the Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. Trying play action. Working that left side now. Stop just inside the 25. We'll mark it at the 24. Pickup of 10 and a first down.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense. Coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown. But you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
They find Wesco open on the right. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
Just barely picked up a yard, but that last completion, it's 2nd and 9. The clock winds down to 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking for a crease. It's Davidson. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle back.
And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Clemson. These two guys, they just shared a glance, and they knew exactly what to do, Dave.
And how many times do we hear that? The quarterback talk about it after the game and go, hey, I just looked at him. He knew what I saw. I knew what he saw. We're on the same page. We've done this before. That chemistry equals big plays.
Hope is automatic. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They march 79 yards on the drive, and they finish it off with a touchdown toss from the 23. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. They'll start on the ground with C.J. Baxter.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Bring in the heat. He'll try to do it himself. Short gain on the play before he slides.
Those always sting a little bit. When you get so close to getting the QB to the ground, creating a negative play, and then all of a sudden he turns it into something positive, just really annoying as a defensive guy.
Fairly manageable distance here on 3rd down from the 27. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48. Now the Wildcats call a timeout. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Wants to throw on first down. Got a man. It's Baxter. And he's able to bounce off 1 tackle for a solid pickup. Kentucky spends its 2nd timeout here. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. They're looking to throw on 2nd and short. Caught near the sticks. It's Miller. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Here comes Kentucky after picking up that first down. Gets away. Fires to the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wants to throw it again. Moving out of the pocket. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
A first half that gave us some riveting moments, Reese. Not to mention the dramatic and the unexpected. Just a dynamite start to the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. This team is on top right now thanks in large part to the play of that burner on the outside. It's like he has glue on his hands, catching every ball that comes his way, and he's helped build this halftime advantage. With that said, let's send it back to Reese and the guys for the conclusion of the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl.
Ready to start the second half, and Clemson will kick it away. Fielded in the end zone, it's Patterson. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Grabbed behind the line, it's Miller. Could not make his way to the corner.
They're trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. The run inside. It's Baxter. Snowed under by the defense.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's a heat.
This defense continues to do a great job of not letting a great athlete at quarterback make big plays on them. Great job pursuing him, keeping him in that cage, not letting him get out in the open field because we know he can do some damage. Nice job by this defense so far.
The Wildcats will have to send out the punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Really needed to get some distance on that punt from this spot on the field, and he did. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Clemson comes out its offense ready to go on the attack. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Just a Barishnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the first down.
Out routes are very much about timing. It's got to be a quick, decisive movement from the quarterback. As soon as he sticks that foot in the ground, you know he's breaking out. Throw it right now so he can go make you a play. Great pitch, great catch.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. That's caught. It's Brown. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
I like the idea on offense. You want to get this guy the football in as many ways as possible. So you throw him the screen quickly to see if he can make somebody miss. It doesn't work there, but that should not be the last time you run that play.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Off the play fake. Caught on the left side by Wesco. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Well, give the defense credit on that one because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they create a negative play.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Wants to keep it in the air. Throws to the wideout. Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game.
Man, you kind of wondered when were they going to cover this guy. He's been making catches ad nauseum. When was he going to get some special attention? Nice job by the defense. You could tell they were forcing the football there. Broke on the football, almost had the big play.
Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. And he's got it counted all the way to 55. Never in doubt. At the end of that play, whistles blowing as they check on an injured Tiger. That is the senior offensive lineman who's shaken up. Holly Rowe will check on his condition. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. They'll start on the ground with C.J. Baxter.
And I think offense is showing they are willing to run the football even if they don't get big gains. Just those body blows that can sometimes wear out a defense and keep the balance on offense so I can be explosive.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Baxter again. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit out, sir.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He's going to take off. Got it across the 35 to the 36, but the defense knew that line to defend, and they force a 4th down.
Really nice job by the defense that time. 3rd down, they're expecting pass, but they also know that this quarterback is dangerous when he wants to scramble. And it was almost as if they were expecting that. They were able to get to him, get him down. It now sets up 4th down. And you don't see the defense sprinting off the field just yet, guys. They're not sure. With this guy's scrambling ability, they may try to go for this.
And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And here's what I like about that, man. That feels like an instinctive play. Like this guy almost knew it was coming. You know, most of the time in a bootleg, they want to show you the run first, but he wasn't buying it, went right to the quarterback, saw it, and made the big sack.
The Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, he'll throw it. Grabbed on the right side, that's Wesco. Pushed down for the tackle. We've reached the break. Clemson has the lead. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. Calls his own number. That defensive front just flat whipped him as they knock him down for a big loss. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. Gonna field this one in tight quarters. The pursuit and coverage was there, and they swarmed him under for no gain. They send the tight end in motion. They'll start on the ground with C.J. Baxter. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
And when you're trailing by a couple possessions in the fourth quarter, you can't do much of this, much more. I mean, this offense has to find a way to attack the sidelines, the middle of the field, deep down the field. It can't be the little dink and dunk. This offense has got to find some explosive plays.
Rush is on him. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity.
This defense so far, they've understood the mission. The mission is to get this fast, speedy quarterback on the ground. And they've got to him early, they've got to him often, and most importantly,
wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. On fourth down, looking for the completion. Pocket breaking down. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's got him. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
The defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get 2 bodies around him, maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
Time is on their side, and they're going to wind that play clock all the way down. Running inside, it's Davidson. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 of the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Timeout called here on defense, so they'll have a couple remaining in addition to the 2-minute stoppage to try to maximize time and get the football back. The Tigers line it up with a first and goal. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They'll run it on first and goal. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. So they'll use a timeout here, 1 more remaining, and of course the 2-minute stoppage coming up as well. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. The run up the middle, looking for the score. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. They'll use a timeout on defense here. That's their final one. The clock stops just once more at the 2-minute mark. It's third and goal and a long way from the end zone. The give on the option. Several defenders there to get him on the ground. After that last play, there is a Clemson Tiger slow to get up. That's the junior offensive lineman that they're counting on. We hope he can return to play soon. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Splits the uprights. Good. And that will extend their lead even further.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative. Use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got...
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
Oh, it's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
And now to try to put things in motion on 2nd and long from the 15. Looking to fire. He's got it. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
Yeah, this is simple pitch and catch. Quarterback and wide receiver have done this 4 million times in the offseason. He catches, waits for him to take a couple steps, boom, fires it right on his chest. They can complete this probably with their eyes closed. They've ran this route so many times together.
Here's the pressure. He'll pull it down. He'll get a fresh set of downs stopped at the 31-yard line.
And this QB's really starting to show you something, isn't he? I mean, he's been hit a lot in the pocket, and I just like the toughness. At the end of the run here, he's not sliding because he's been banged up a little bit. Lowering the shoulder, getting the 1st down, taking some hits, but he's still competing.
Kentucky back at it with a fresh set of downs. Oh, they're after him. Wide open downfield. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
That last big play has them in position to threaten here, 1st and 10 from the 37. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Here comes the heat. This time on target. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the 1st, an array of possibilities here.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
Wants to throw on 3rd down. Under fire. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
And that's exactly what this defense needed. They needed to have something positive. Give up some yardage. They've given up some plays. No big deal. Got right back in it on this drive with that big sack.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Turns it loose deep. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a 1st down. And that will be the final play as the clock strikes 0 here.